Hello and welcome to Lugnuts. Today's video is a last-minute opportunity. I had the chance to grab a Volvo XC90 Recharge for a couple of hours, so I wanted to take the opportunity and just shoot a quick video. This won't be quite as comprehensive as my usual videos, and whether you like how much I talk on those, that may or may not be a good thing. But I did want to just give you guys a quick runaround because I do love Volvos. They're a personally favorite brand of mine, and the XC90 is very cool. So let's take a quick look around. You'll have to forgive the West Coast weather. The heavens have opened, and well, that's where we are. Let's start at the side profile. As with all current Volvos, fabulous. It looks really great. I love everything about the sort of low slung look of almost anything you can get from Volvo these days. Absolutely fantastic. You get what has now become the kind of modern Volvo grille and headlight setup. You get the Thor's hammer headlights, which has become ubiquitous now. I guess, is that the right word? Ubiquitous? Yeah, anyway. They're on every model is what I mean to say. And this is the ultimate trim, so top shelf trim with a bunch of add-ons. You get one of the add-ons are these, I believe, 21-inch rims. They look enormous, but they're very good looking too. I like the color contrast and the shape of them. They look like they're kind of almost designed to funnel air around the tires, which is cool. You get full painted exterior, none of that bare plastic cladding nonsense, which is really nice. I like this little strip along here. It tells you it's a Recharge, which is cool. And we come all the way around to the back. And there it is. So you get obviously XC90. This is the T8 all-wheel drive Recharge. This one comes with, come on. Nope. I think it's only does it when it's locked. Anyway, since we're back here, let's take a look at the cargo area. It is of a decent size, decent space. This is a 3-row SUV. I do not have the time to remove this bar, which is the only way you can get these seats up. I apologize for that. If I get another crack at this vehicle, I'll do something a little more comprehensive. You do get these great mats, so I wanted to point this out. This is a nice plushy carpet, really beautiful. Not the one they used in the rest of the car, but on these mats that they have all over the place. Very, very nice, and I am a carpet snob. So you get your cargo cover there if you're in just sort of 5-seater mode and you want to cover whatever it is that you've been picking up at IKEA. And the third row, you get 2 in the back, 3 in the middle, 2 up front, and that is kind of it. The third row seats are manual, and we'll talk about access to those in just a moment. So let's hop inside here real quick. So on all trim levels, it must be noted of this vehicle, you get this wonderful panoramic sunroof. This thing's great. I love this thing. It's really good. You get that portion opens, which I'll touch on when I'm up front, and yeah, it's great. It brings light in, etc. When you get this, as usual, I forgot what this color's called. Something. It'll be on screen when I edit the video. But it's a wonderful color of leather, and it brightens up the entire experience of being back here. You do get your center console for armrest. They also built in these things, which is an interesting cup holder arrangement. Sometimes, like in a Mercedes, it'll stick out this way, or it'll just be built in. These are collapsible, I guess, if you're just doing the arm thing. But if you have a cup of coffee or, well, whatever the kids are drinking these days, they go right there, which is cool. I dig that. You get separate environmental controls. You get a couple of USB-C charging ports back here. And yeah, that's it. It's a beautiful place to be. It's really nice. Oh, I almost forgot. The window shades. Love these things. It took me a while to come around on these, but I dig that. Really cool. On a long trip, you got the sun blaring in. Very useful indeed. Your Alcantara headliner all the way across the car. So fabulous. I love Alcantara or micro suede or whatever they call it. Really cool. Nice to see. Really nice touch. A lot of manufacturers will skimp, even at this price point. So good on you, Volvo. Oh, and I will touch on the Bowers and Wilkins stereo. Get these little real metal aluminum speaker grills all over the car. Lots of indications that you paid the $3,750 Canadian for the upgraded sound system. The stereo's great. Is it worth $4,000 over sort of a more stock stereo? That's up to you, I guess, depending on how much what sort of a music nerd you are. let's hop into, almost forgot. Okay, so third row. Here's the deal. If you can slide the seat traditionally. If you want to access the third row, you grab it up here, it kneels forward, and then you push. Okay, fair enough. That's your access. That's not great. It's pretty tight, etc. The curious thing that I found about this car is, and I did actually have to look it up, is if you want to slide the seat back, you have to leave it like this and then grab it at the base and slide it back. That's the only way. If you end up pushing this forward, like locking it, it'll be locked here and you can't slide it. Really irritating. You have to do it from here. And it's a little awkward to get low enough at that base to slide the seat. I don't know why you can't just, anyway, whatever. So other than that, though, kids will access that third row fine. That's who it's for. It's all good. It's just, yeah, not the most functional third row I've ever seen. Let's head into the front seats. So as you climb into the front, you get a sort of, what has become a standard Volvo interior. A lot of, is it leather, I guess, up here? I think so. Leather wrap dash. You get this, I don't know if it's wood, real wood, or just plastic that looks like wood, but it looks good. I like it. I like this. I like the color. I like the fact that it's matte. It's not shiny. More Bowers and Wilkins advertising there, etc. This Volvo door pull, you slide 2 fingers in there, and that's it. Really, one of the little things that I love about Volvo design. The XC40 had the same arrangement. Really cool, actually. It just, I don't know, it's one of those weird things. It makes opening the door really easy. Now we come to the standard Volvo dash. In the 3 or 4 Volvos I've driven in the last 6 months, they're all the same. You get, let's fire up the car, shall we? Sorry about that. So you get, thank you, ding ding. You get speedometer on the left, tachometer, power meter arrangement on the right, and then you can have your maps in the middle, or you can not have your maps in the middle. Standard Volvo stuff. Also have seat occupancy indicators, which is cool. Excuse me. I like that kind of thing. You get the same clean Volvo steering wheel that you get in almost every Volvo that's available. What you also get in every Volvo is the Google built-in. Yes, it is. When I've been driving this thing, I've been keeping it on power and charge the battery so that I don't chew through the battery for the gentleman who has to drive it after me. Yeah, it's, what can I tell you? The functionality is... They've improved it from when they first started using it. That's great. It's still irritating. These environmental controls here on the bottom are sometimes very difficult to deal with, especially when you're driving, the car's moving around, you're trying to stab these buttons. Forget it. It is irritating. There's no arguing that. Why we can't just have a strip of HVAC buttons down here, who knows? Another thing I wanted to note, I did not witness this myself, but my editor, who's the one who gave me this car, it mentioned that this screen has been flickering on and off. And the only way, when it would turn off, the only way to get it back on was to restart the car. So I've heard of other issues with these units and other Volvos, not specifically this one. But it's something to mention. I don't know, comment down below if you've got one or you've had experiences with that, because I am interested in how truly functional this thing is, because they've tied a lot of the vehicle's functions in there, especially drive modes, etc. So that's one of the downsides of putting them all into the infotainment system. So please do relay your experiences. You get your audio controls down here, center console with my ancient Starbucks thermal mug, center storage with all my crap in there. Pretty small, actually, very small, truth be told, but that is what it is. You get more Napa leather, of course. Endless Napa leather, a little Sweden flag in case you forget where the car comes from, and we come to the sunroof. This is the portion that opens, not on a day like today, but it's part of the big panoramic roof, and as I might have mentioned, it comes on all trim levels, which is wonderful, really cool. Yeah, it's a nice feature. I really enjoy that, and that is kind of the Volvo XC90. We'll take her for a spin and see what she's like on the road. The 2023 XC90 starts right around $82,000 Canadian and goes up from there. There's 3 levels. The core, which is basic trim, Plus, and then Ultimate, if I remember correctly. And this one as spec, this is an Ultimate top shelf trim, bunch of bits, bells and whistles. It's got the Bowers and Wilkins stereo for $4,000, another $3,000 or $4,000 worth of toys added to it, on top of the top spec trim, so you're looking at a tick under $100,000 for this thing. Lord knows that's a lot of money. However, when you stack it up against its other European rivals, it comes in as relatively speaking good value. I like where Volvo is. I like the Spartan nature, the reserved interior, if you will. It's not shiny, not overly shiny. It doesn't try too hard. It tells you this is what we are, this is what we give you, and we hope you like it, and that's it. So one of my constant criticisms of other, like especially Mercedes, let's say, there's so much you can do with it, which is fun in a way, and also very overwhelming, especially if you're older. I'm well into my 40s now, and sometimes you just want the car to drive. My kids love all the toys, but me, I like a more simplistic driving experience, and that is what Volvo gives you, and the XC90 is no different. So in all trim levels of the XC90, you get a 2-liter turbocharged engine. You also get I can't remember the kilowatts, but you get an electric drivetrain as well, and combined they will give you 455 horsepower. That's a decent amount of horsepower in a vehicle of this size. Makes driving fun. You can get sporty with it if you like. If not, no big deal. But it absolutely goes. If you can charge the battery from the engine in addition to plugging it in. I haven't found that the charging off of the engine does it very quickly. I don't have the time with this vehicle that I would prefer, so I'm not going to get too granular. But if you're going on a long drive, you can fully charge the battery whilst driving, which is nice. You don't have to find a place to pull over if you want the extra electric. You can just do it from the road. Boy, the rain has really picked up. I don't know how much that shows up on camera, but yeah. So yeah, you get more than enough power on this thing. The electric range, the all-electric range, I should point out, is rated at 53 kilometers. I tested that this morning on my way after picking up the car, and I got 47 before I had to charge it up, which isn't bad. That's pretty good. So it is functional. I don't know how big your commute is. My wife was saying, it'd be perfect for her. She drives about 35 kilometers round trip every day, so this would be perfect if you wanted something that was just all electric, I guess, with the option of gas for longer trips, etc. Driving in a Volvo is always a very enjoyable experience. The XC90, much like every other Volvo I've ever driven, is a very smooth vehicle. It's what it's built for, comfort and smoothness as you make your way down the road. This particular version with the addition, this is the plug-in hybrid electric. You can tear your eyeballs out if you want to, doing a 0 to 60 run, and you'll have fun with it 100%. But it's not really what it's made for. It's just made for cruising around, and it's always a really nice place to be. Seats are comfortable, visibility is excellent, and yeah, I mean, if you need lots of power, put your foot down, etc. I'm attempting to conserve the battery as I drive around here because I need to return this thing in very short order. So, but yeah, it has a little bit of a Swiss Army knife feel, while still being very, very focused on driver and passenger comfort. As I've mentioned in other videos, I really do love Volvos. I like the way they're designed. I like sort of who they're aimed at, because clearly they're aimed at dudes like me. The XC90 is, it's too big a vehicle for me personally speaking. So it's not the one I would buy, but the XC40 really attracts my attention. My true choice would be the V60 Cross Country. I have that on test in a couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to it. And that may lead to a spirited discussion between me and my wife about how much we desperately need one. But we'll see how that one goes. Volvo is very unique in the world of luxury automobiles. They give you wonderful build quality, really nice choice of materials, and but without all the shiny nonsense. And I appreciate that. I enjoy Volvos every time I get in them, and the XC90 is no different whatsoever. I really like this car. I guess we should touch on, just to reiterate, that third row is a bit of a challenge. I don't care for the way the access is designed. The seats are small. This would have been, a better choice as a good full-sized 5-seater. But 7-seater is a selling feature, and I know why they do it. But there are better 7-seater options out there. If space and access, pardon me, is a priority for you. So just to keep that in mind. Otherwise, this is a real contender if this is the class of vehicle that you're looking for. And I guess that'll do it as I climb over the bridge here. Thank you all very much for joining me today. This hasn't been as comprehensive a video as I would normally do. Maybe that's a good thing. Talk a little less, who knows. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we will definitely see you on the next one. Thank you so much and have a great day.